So for this problem, you have space for 20 kids and 10 adults at a party. So you could have less than that, but you can't have more than 20 and 10 of those types. It's $8 for an adult, $3 for a kid, and you do not want to spend more than $80. And we want to write a system of inequalities. A system of inequalities means we want to write several inequalities that depict this. System means more than one inequality or equation. But these are inequalities. Now, we got to choose some variables. I'm going to choose K to equal the number of kids at the party. And I'm going to choose A to equal the number of adults at the party. You could have chose X and Y. I just chose A and K because both are pretty decent variables. They don't look like any kind of number that's going to mess you up. So for one inequality, I'm going to make an inequality for kids. So an inequality for kids would maybe look like, well, aren't the number of kids going to be less than or equal to 20? Think about that. Is that an inequality for this story? Won't the number of kids always be below or equal to 20 from what we can read? Now let's look at adults. Can you make an inequality for adults too? Adults, well, aren't there going to be at most 10 adults? So think about the inequality. At most 10 adults. Is that going to be less than 10 or greater than 10? It should be less than or equal to 10. So I just wrote two inequalities. I just wrote a system of inequalities. But that only dealt with the number of kids and number of adults. I have more information here. I'm going to write yet one more inequality that deals with the money. So I'm going to write one more for the money. So let's think of money here. If we think when we come to money, well, what does 8A represent? Doesn't that mean $8 per adult? So if I plugged in 10 adults, wouldn't that be 8 times 10, $80? Which my whole money's gone. I have no kids that could come. But that represents the amount of money for adults. Plus, I'm going to write the kids. Wouldn't kids be $3 per kid? So wouldn't $8 per adult plus $3 per kid add up to how much we're spending on this party? And what did the question say? We do not want to spend more than 80. So 80 is what we're looking for. Are we looking for below 80 or above 80? We want to spend at most 80, which wouldn't that be a below or equal to 80? Is that a third inequality? With these three inequalities, if we were to graph them, we could look at ideas of what are possible groups of people I could invite to my party that wouldn't take me over budget. But for now on this problem, all we're looking for is this, this, and this. Done.